Hello and welcome to Artemis Unleashed episode 5. We're happy to be back after a short absence, which we'll touch on in a minute, but we have a very exciting episode for everyone today. My name is T-Bone. I'm back joining as your host. We have our fearless leader, Shark, again, and then we have a new friend to show you, Mr. Noob. Noob, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, my name is JD Devil Noob, fellow Artemis content creator and F1 driver.
Perfect. And you do have three names. So do you prefer JD, Noob, Noob, Devil?
If I was to choose, I'd prefer JD, but
Fascinating.
everyone picks something different.
I call you Noob personally.
Yeah, I think you're the only one that does.
It makes me feel better about my skill level compared to yours. Well, welcome everybody. It's been a little bit since we recorded. A lot of major life updates. It's been so long since we recorded. I now have a mustache. I have a tattoo. We got all kinds of shit going on today. It's gonna be fun. Today was the race. Today was the Dutch Grand Prix, so we can touch on that. But first and foremost, I would like to let everyone know one small change to our org. So B Roy, he was the guest in the first episode. He has stepped away from Artemis. It was a pleasant, mutual, good decision for everyone. This is not like when two people break up and one says it's mutual and one person said it wasn't. This was a true mutual decision. Everybody's happy, healthy, and we wish B Roy the best, and he wishes us the same. So first and foremost, just want to get that way and communicate clearly to all of our fans out there. But second of all, yeah. So I have a mustache and it's pretty bad. So this was not on purpose. So I was trimming on Friday. So I was just cleaning up my beard, and I used an adjustable guard, and I had it set to the right setting, but it just click 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 click, and it went down to the lowest setting and took a chunk out of my fucking neck, and so I just had to just go from scratch on everything else. It was a tough day. I won't lie to you.
But it doesn't
So
look
I
that bad
can't
though.
No, you're all right.
See, but when you're fat, the beard hides your jelly rolls, and that's what you're here for. And so I now have lost that. Now
Uh,
doesn't look good anymore, and then I can't really grow a good like solid stash. Like I was barely hanging on with everything as it was, but
mhm.
here we are.
No, I feel like you clean up well. You got good styled hair within a nice trimmed stash. I think it looks good.
I woke up from a nap right before this. That's why it's a little crazy.
Nah, looking clean, looking clean.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My mom was in town. It was exhausting. I love her, but Lord have mercy, I had to get some sleep after that. Damn
Yeah, it was tiring watching your streams, to be fair.
it. Yeah. So my mom. Fun fact about my mom is she loves streaming. It's like the main thing she wants to do when she gets here. She loves having an audience, and even me as a small streamer, like having 10, 15 people in there for her to talk to, it's her favorite shit ever. And then she just talks mad shit about me the whole time also. So it's like a double whammy for her.
That's just a mum's job, though, isn't it?
Maybe. I don't know. I only have one of them.
Well, I'm sure everyone can vouch for that one. That everyone's parents embarrass them in any way they can.
So I had a league race on Saturday, and I was like, "You can be here for stream, but you can't talk to me. Like, I need to do well in this league race. I don't do well in our league. Like, Grax is carrying the team. So Grax is my teammate in our league, and it was like we have 110 points, and Grax has 96 of them. So like, I've got to nut up and make some change here." So she was like, "Why can't I talk to you?" And I'm like, "Because you're gonna frustrate me, and I'm already gonna be frustrated in this race, and I need my shit together." And so she got mad and left.
Pissed mom off.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I crashed. I'm gonna blame your mum now.
Is that I think that's good. It was actually I'm surprised. It was so our league is not we're getting our league off the ground. It's very new, but it does have a lot of new drivers. But this time we only had two retirements, and both of them were like unforced errors by themselves. Like it wasn't anything kind of tangling. What are you looking at? What is this? Hey, what is this? What are you doing? I saw that. Noob,
Don't know what you're on about.
you got something to say?
Yeah, skill issue.
Weren't you one of the ones that crashed out?
Yeah, possibly.
I
I can't remember what lap it was on either. It was silly. Hit the wall at 2 mile an hour and wheel comes off.
That happened to me last week. Is like you boop and then you're dead, and it's the most frustrating thing ever.
Driving a tin can. Just
I
falls
had a good
apart.
race though. I built up positions and then binned it.
It was fun. It was fun. What I'm also dealing with as content creators, I had some. So we have our own league. Someone was in the league, and I have a very strict like no arguing rule. Like you can absolutely submit tickets, no problem with that. Submit incidents, we encourage it, but you're not gonna like call each other out and be shitty in chat. And one person didn't like that, so they left and started to create their own league. Unfollowed me from Twitch. This whole 9 yards. I joined their league just to get a little more experience, trying to make my league better, learn from other people. And I'm in their Discord, and they're like, due to all of the retirements, we're going to delay. Like, they cannot figure out how to run it. And they just talked mad shit about my league. And it was like 19 cars started and 6 finished. Like, it was an absolute disaster. But, I'm not trying to throw shade or anything. Just saying.
It's like subtle satisfaction. Just like they talk shit, they turn around like, I can do your job, and then they can't do your job.
It's not easy. I co-run a league myself. It's hard work.
Yeah, it's and that's what I think people don't understand is they're like, well, everyone here drives like shit, and they think that that's like my fault. And while the owner of the league does have a lot to say about that, as far as like penalties and everything go, it takes time to generate that culture. You can't just start and have a bunch of clean drivers. You have to slowly kind of prune the thorns, as it were.
You got to make mistakes to make things perfect, don't you? Although nothing's ever perfect, but you get what I mean.
Noob hadn't invited me to his league though. He's in mine. He hadn't invited me to his.
I didn't think you'd be awake, to be honest.
It could be fair. Could be fair. I do have a different time zone. So the other thing I wanted to touch on is I got a tattoo since we last spoke. I'm not going to show it because it won't come well on the camera, but I will send you a photo that you can put on. But I got my first tattoo and I was terrified going in. Like I was super scared. I was like, this is going to be painful. I'm going to tap out. I'm going to be a little bitch. Nothing to worry about. If anyone is thinking about getting a tattoo and like has been thinking about it for a while and is just afraid of the needle, did not hurt at all. The worst part for me was just sitting still for 3.5 hours.
Yeah, it's like having an irritating scratch. It's just constant. It's not pain. It's just irritating.
Yeah, it's just a scratch. That's the best way to describe it. What do you have, JD? Tell me.
I've got a tattoo dedicated to my nan, who passed away a couple of years ago.
That's cool. I got an upside down pentagram on my chest. No, it's not. That's not what I got. I got some Demon Slayer anime shit.
I'm so gullible. And then you go, oh nice, yeah.
Shark, you do not have anything. You're too fucking yogurt for that.
And yeah, I know I'm too young, too innocent.
I read you like a book. Are you old enough to get a tattoo?
I mean, I'm over 18.
Are you old enough to drink?
No. Hey, come this December, it'll be time.
That's some shit some young folks say.
I'm a bit curious as to why you're not wearing your jersey that's behind you as well. Actually, I've just noticed.
So that's the old one. The new one is off with photographers getting professional photos for the website, the shop.
Merch? Where's the merch, guys? Come on, disappointed.
I'm too poor. They haven't sent me anything yet.
Yeah,
no, he's got a 44 LED light on the wall. It's all right.
That was free. That was not. I did not pay a dime for that. That was absolutely free.
The background's looking a lot nicer now, to be fair.
Thank you. And it didn't take much. So all I did, this is a good little segue for everybody. So if you want really good lighting, I just bought the Govee like smart bulbs. It was $40 for 4 of them. And then you can set them to whatever you want. You can do like party mode and stuff. Although I will say, I've used this product and I've used another company called Meross, Meross, and I do like the Meross better because the Govee, you have to switch the color from colored to white. And Meross is like, there's a white setting and there's a color setting. So you can easily flip it to like normal lighting or not normal. And then, this sign, this is my second sponsorship from a company. As a content creator, this is called Formula Neon. They make these signs. And they sent me that and they sent me another product, but there was an issue with it. So I got to wait for a replacement part.
No, it's sick. Good driver. It's a cool sign too. Like, I feel like the camera doesn't do it justice. So like how kind of blown out it looks a little bit. But like, I'll throw a photo up, but it looks sick. Like when you actually get a good photo of it, how like really beautiful it adds like to the space.
Yeah, it is nice. It is nice.
I went off my color and now I can't remember what color I had it on. Oh, we just lost Shark. He's dead. Flew away.
Oh, we're all getting.
I'll join the LED group here.
Yay!
Oh, I was
you
just
guys into your smart tech, like your smart lighting and stuff at home?
Yeah, I have everything set up with Apple HomeKit, and so then I can just tell Siri to do something with my program scenes, and it will do it like, "Hey Siri, set scene 2," and it will just change it.
You
Yes,
said
I've got
all
it
you have to
with-
do is say
Oh.
something, but you got up to do something. So like you.
Oh, because
don't
I had to
have
go. I had to go close the blinds because it was, it's still 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, so I've got all the Google Homes and all the smart lights and etc. When
Same
I get a bit
thing.
more
Yeah.
money, I'd love to get a bit more smart tech, like a smart kettle and a bit more of the fancier stuff. Yeah, everything just automated.
kettle.
That'd be brilliant.
See, I
Kettle.
don't drink. I'm not European. I don't drink tea.
I drink coffee.
Well, yeah, but we wouldn't call that coming out of a kettle. That's like a coffee pot.
No, instant coffee.
Fascinating.
I could see like a kettle being for like tea.
Tea
No,
kettle is
it's
actually part of the name.
No, no. I'm not getting into this debate. It's not happening.
The
I'm
U.S. versus
outnumbered.
British
I'm
debate.
outnumbered.
Should we talk about how British people are little bitches about weather? Because that could be fun. Although, to be fair, Shark is Californian, so he's actually. I would be outnumbered in this case. He looks so done with me. He looks so done with me. Look at him.
Funky puts himself in positions where he's winning.
I have this argument / debate with, I think, all the American streamers.
It's because we have real weather, and British people are like, I'm gonna die. I think it's 1 degree hotter, and it's fucking 77 degrees. So I don't want to hear it.
But you're used to it. You're used to the hotter weather. So when it's we're not used to the hot weather. So when it does get hot, it's a different change for us because we're used to it just being cold all the time.
Listen, bacteria can survive in a volcano. That doesn't make it a pleasant place to be.
Yep.
You're used to
Hey,
it.
I'm not one of these ones that bitch. I love the hot weather. I'm sat with 2 jumpers on. I don't like being cold.
Hot weather. I forgot. So I wrote down like some stuff. I wrote down stuff to talk about, and it's all out the window. We're just making fun of British people.
Hey,
Hey,
but tight one now, at
just
least.
Promptu things happen.
That's right. So another thing that I wanted to talk about, actually, this is a good segue, is so I've been playing F123 for a long time, but I haven't really been competitive in it. Meaning 2 things. One is like I'm not good enough to compete, but also I haven't felt the need to be competitive. Like I just am out here to have fun. I don't want to be dirty, but like I'm not. I decided, I made the conscious decision to say I'm going to take league racing seriously because that's something approachable. Like I'm not going to be the next Yarno, but that's something that I can join and take seriously and have fun. And it led me down the rabbit hole of I think people need something to be competitive in. I think it makes you a better person because it ignites kind of a hunger, and I think that's important. And I want to ask you guys, what are you competitive in?
I feel like it's a good interview question. Holy crap.
Everything, to be fair. I'm more competitive with myself than I am against other people. So I'm very self-critical, which is one of the reasons I get very irate, fed up with racing, whatever, because I criticize myself over not being quicker than someone else, if that makes any sense.
See, I've just come to accept certain things. Like there's certain folks I am not in competition with, but it also depends. Like I take myself at work very seriously. In my job, I hold myself to a very high standard, but this is my free time. My free time, I'm more relaxed usually. But like I said, I've really enjoyed having that kind of that awaken in me.
Yeah, I think in a way, like maybe for your case, Funky, it's like at work, like you have that competition, and then maybe you don't notice it, but like certain things, like maybe with streaming, there's that level of competition, but you don't see it as competition, right? I think for me, that what drove me to do well with streaming was like how like well can I grow, how thoroughly can I like make that process happen. But then I think it started to overtake a little bit of why I wanted to, which was to like have my personality be there, and I started focusing too much on like numbers. But in terms of like competition, I definitely feel like I take any game I play competitively. I played CS for the reason to be competitively good. And I would do the same for Valorant, but that's just like a little kid's game. So, yeah. But like F1, like I've only done it for league racing. It was just like I got into that, and then I got into iRacing because the whole nature of it is competitive. So
I do want to try iRacing. I've played Assetto Corsa, and that was a lot of fun, especially because the Logitech wheel on Xbox is still pretty. It's still pretty soft on F123. They never really fixed it. They made it to where it has feedback, but it's not like what it should be. And so I'm starting to explore some other games as well. And I actually looked. I may get a new wheel soon. Man, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it come.
I mean, I've just treated myself to a new wheel. To be fair,
What'd you get?
I got the CSL DD and the McLaren GT wheel.
I was looking at that. It's sold out though. Did you get it before it got sold out?
No, I got to wait till the 28th, which is tomorrow. It's back in stock tomorrow, and then I got to wait for it to ship.
Don't hold your breath.
So in the US, it's like you can't order it, or you can pre-order now, but it doesn't ship till I think the 15th or something like that. Because one of my community members just got the same bundle. I won't lie, I was looking at the podium package.
Yeah, I don't quite have that money.
I mean, who does? But YOLO.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to get a second mortgage just to get F1 game.
Do you have a first mortgage?
No, but I was trying to think of something in relevance to selling my house. I pay rent, but
Man, so speaking of
It's
this,
refinancing.
I know I've brought my house up pretty much every stream, but so for those that don't know, we just bought a house and we finally got all the paperwork settled and like we can access everything. And we had to see the breakdown of the first payment of like what dollar amount went to principal, which means what dollar amount went to the loan balance versus what went to everything else. $2,400 payment. $211 went to the actual loan. It's tough. It's tough.
Wow.
So, and the bitches lost part of it. I don't even know how I did that.
How do you lose money?
what?
That's what I said. Yeah, it's tough. So they were like, we have a checking and a savings, and shit went over there. Should have gone over here. I don't know. It was a whole thing. I had to get it was a report structure. It was a whole thing.
Silicon Valley Bank?
No, 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 no. I forgot that happened. It's going to seem like we recorded this ages ago based on that comment.
I mean, it's within the year at least.
Is it? I don't know if this has been a year. So, speaking of current events, everybody watched the Belgian GP today? Not Belgium. The Dutch GP, excuse me.
Just
say.
caught up, just about to watch it because I was streaming earlier when it was on. But feel free to talk away.
Just go ahead and fucking scratch that out. Just
talk away.
One talking point. No, I don't want to ruin it because it was a good one. I will say though, watch like the first 20 laps and then like the last 15, and then there's not much in the middle.
Yeah.
To be fair, I had a lot of chat coming in as they do, and was telling me as I was trying to truck. That was fun. Yeah, so
that'd be a fucking bannable offense.
Chat. I try and ignore it, and you just can't when people are repeating themselves.
No, yeah, I'll agree with Funky. The first like 10, 15 laps were pretty good, and as well as like the last like 10 to 15 laps were really solid. I feel like what like F1 used to be, where it was like the beginning and the end, where like the pit stops happen, and really exciting, and then the middle where everything is just kind of like due course until the end.
Well, this is why I don't watch it live as well, because I actually find myself 9 times out of 10 I'll fall asleep in the middle of the race. Like I'll get bored because it's quiet. There's nothing going on, and I find myself falling asleep. So I never bother watching it live. I'll just watch it when I'm in the comfort of my bed or something later on in the evening.
So I was explaining this to my wife because she just started this season, and I'm like, I don't know how to explain that there's no chaos. There's usually DNFs, mechanical failures, safety cars. Like there's more shit going on, and it's not it's not a bad thing. It's like they've figured out these engines, so they don't have any power issues. Like when's the last time someone had an actual mechanical DNF in a race other than a damage? I can't even think of one this season. Maybe like the first race this season.
Didn't Charles just have one in practice? Like
Maybe.
that was like
Listen, his life is a DNF. Okay.
Yeah, and I know one of the Ferraris did either in practice or in the previous. And I think it wasn't in practice this week. So
I think it happens so much with Ferrari, everyone just tends to ignore it now.
Yeah, it's just typical. Then at that point, it's not like exciting.
No, it's a standard.
Today he came in. So if you were watching the race, you saw him come in like when everyone else was coming in for enters, and they didn't have tires ready. He just sat there. But after the fact, they said that he told them, he's like, I'm coming in, and they were like, no, stay out. And he was like, I'm in the pit lane. I hope you figure this out.
Yeah, I didn't catch that bit. I did pop in very quickly and caught it. It was on lap 20 something, either a VSC or a safety car, and I saw Norris down in 11th, and very quickly asked and got told that McLaren did a Ferrari strat. So I have that to look forward to.
They hoed themselves pretty good. Guan Yu Zhou actually was on target for a very good finish, but he fucked himself out of that also.
But where did Piastri end up finishing?
Not high.
Oh,
I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't great.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it.
Lando
for
get
you.
any points? I mean, I've got it on upstairs. I can actually hear it in the background.
You live a wild life, dude.
Like I said, I was in bed. I got my takeaway here. I was just about to get ready, and I forgot about our podcast.
My takeaway.
What would you call it?
I don't know. Food. Delivery.
Yeah, delivery, takeout.
It was takeaway.
Takeout would be like the most similar.
You didn't even take it away, though. They brought it to you.
Yeah.
I had to pay for that though.
I said what I said.
Yeah.
I just love everyone that was like, I'm having a Chinese. There was like that TikTok trend recently. Like, I'm having a Chinese, and it's just fries, which y'all call chips, and basically curry, with no part of that's Chinese food.
Yeah, Chinese do sell that, but yeah, it's not Chinese. I don't. Just a British thing, I think that. Implementing British into the Chinese cuisine.
Fascinating. I had a lunch today that would knock your socks off. You would remember that lunch for 10 years. You never had food like that before in your life.
I'm intrigued now. I'm a bit.
Yeah, enlighten me. Indulge me.
It was just Mexican food, but I just know they don't have that kind of flavor there.
I need more detail than that. A bit of context. Come on.
Well, so what I had was called birria tacos, which are basically like braised beef with mozzarella and then like a little bit of pan fry, so it's like a little like crispy on one end, and they give you this like au jus basically that are drippings from the braised beef to dip it in. It's delightful. And they had margarita flights that were like 4 full margaritas. I didn't have that because I'm trying to get skinny, but that was some shit too.
That does sound nice. Really nice.
Yeah, it would put you in a food coma. You wouldn't even understand.
You don't understand how hard it is to not eat my food right now. It's just I can smell it. It's under my nose. It's just there.
Don't worry, we'll try and get you done a little early. So another thing I want to talk about is who here watches F2? Well, you barely watch F1, JD, but anyone watch F2?
Every now and again, I'll catch some of the highlights.
Hold on. Barely watch. I watch every race. Just later than everyone
At
else.
some point, and it's just running up in the up
evening.
there.
I'll rewind it. Fine.
I find this fascinating.
No, F2. I watched a lot of the highlights.
So
I do enjoy the racing.
I started watching F2 because I just needed I just needed more. Like I try to liken it to people that watch football, where like imagine if you were watching the NFL, but there was only one game on every Sunday. Like you would then want to find something else, and you would watch college football, and this is basically college football. But it is so good right now. So the top the top two in the championship are separated by 5 points, I think. And they've had like back-to-back races where they DNF. So in today's race, the first in the championship, the second in the championship, the third in the championship, the fourth in the championship, the fifth in the championship, and the sixth in the championship all either DNF'd or had like hefty penalties to where they were basically relegated to the back. So first in the championship, DNF'd. Second had both rear tires come off at the same time and drive past his car. It was crazy, and there's only 2 races left. There's only 2 weekends left. They do 2 every week. But what I did last year is I watched the whole F1 season, and then over the off season, I watched F2. Like I watched it back, and so now I'm watching it all this year, and it is. I look forward to it way more than I look forward to F1 because it's actually a competition.
Yeah, I love the aspect that they're all in equal cars. I mean, I think that creates better racing anyway. I wish they could implement that into F1 because it would just make the sport, in my opinion, a lot better as opposed to having teams that, well, it's just based on money in it. You got more money, you go quicker.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is it's like, then what's the point of the manufacturers? It's kind of like defeats, I feel like, the big part of it. But I mean, like you look at a sport that does it really well, like Super Formula is all pretty much the same cars. Indy cars, all the same cars, or for the most part. So it's like you can kind of get to see like what those like racing domains look like when it's a fixed series. And I think it is cool. It's definitely more like driver skill, which is I think more entertaining because then you're rooting for the person, not the team.
I don't know. I go back and forth on this because, on one hand, a spec league or a spec series does make for better racing. That's unavoidable. That is just a fact. On the other hand, I'm a mechanical engineer by education. Like, I love these nerdy shit. So watching them find ways to improve and innovate, like, that's super important to me. And so I think there is a balance to be struck between the two. Like, for example, I think in 2026 they're making the engines, I think within 3% of each other performance wise. And so like you won't get a 2014 to 2018 where someone just made a badass engine with 100 more horsepower. And part of me even doesn't like that because I think it's cool that they figured out a way to make something so much better within the regulations. But on the same token, like, I think it's tough to wake up and watch every Sunday and just listen to Max win.
No, I had someone come through where I work and say they love F1 and they just hate the max dominance. So what they do instead is they expect him to win, and their first place is now actually second place. And so they're just kind of trying to see who's going to come in second.
Well, doing a lot of league racing, especially from racing Grags.
Yeah, this is Grax's race. Who's going to finish with Grax?
Yeah, Grex, you're not included. I'm P1 now. All right.
In our most recent league race, Grax started behind me, not because I qualified well. Our league is inverse grid, so it's the opposite of the finish order of the previous race. And so I started ahead, and I was like, "Just let me know when you're coming. I'll roll over. Just take me. I got nothing to fight.
It's like when you're tanning on the beach, just let me know. I'll just flip over real quick.
I'll just roll over." Well, it was him and this one other guy named Cam Dog who is like really phenomenal, and it's always those two against each other. And so Cam Dog is in the competing team, like it's us and them first and second in the championship. And I was like, I gotta do whatever I can to hold Cam. Oh, there he goes. Okay. No,
Good effort,
nothing.
good effort.
Yeah, I could do nothing at all.
The Minister of Defense.
That's right. Fucking ridiculous. So I think I want to keep this a little short because we do have takeaway waiting.
No, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me.
I am worried because I know that I couldn't. The food's gonna be bad enough if it's not cold, so I want to make sure you get to it.
I'll just eat a quick slice. It's fine.
I'm gonna watch him do it. You're missing your push to talk button. That looks like a DiGiorno pizza if I've ever seen
Meat
one.
piece pizza, barbecue base. It's a good pizza.
Oh my god! You start pizza from the side? What?
I had a bit of excess cheese hanging
Stop.
over the edge. No, I had no. It's still a slice. Look,
Hold the phones.
it's still a triangle. It's fine. I had excess cheese on the side.
I don't believe you. I think you stopped because we made fun of you.
He was embarrassed.
You wouldn't even know what to do with a taco.
No.
So for those listening, he just turned his camera off. That was funny.
And then next thing you know, he's going to eat his
don't care.
burrito that he gets once in a while when he comes to the United States sideways.
Oh man, I take you on a tour of food that would make you 300 pounds. You'd be diabetic by the time you leave. And all you British people are so skinny because you don't have anything good to eat.
We got good food. It's just our portions are crap.
And then you smoke also. It's all the cigarette smoking keeps you thin.
Something like that.
You can't deny it.
I just can't talk about what I want to talk about on here.
Oh, we can edit it out. You can try it and see what happens.
You can't talk about weed on here.
I don't know if that's a hard and fast rule, but that's fine. We can move on. So the question I was going to ask is, well, yeah, because Shark lives in, my state versus Shark state, different rules there.
We legal.
Yeah, I can't. There's no. It's
like he's self-incriminating.
Yeah. They just go get it at the CVS.
CBD's legal here. They legalize that.
CBD is not even. What do you mean CBD is legal? Like that's some kind of change to life?
Because the UK has always been hard on having weed or marijuana as a whole legalized. Illegal.
I have no idea if it's going to stay in, so I'm gonna move away. All I know is that in my state it is in fact illegal, but no one knows where I live. So, gang gang.
Yeah, let's just move away from that topic. It's a touchy one.
So I was going to ask, is a member of my community? So one of the things I really find rewarding about streaming, and this is going to sound so strange, is there are some kids that I've gotten to kind of watch grow up and like mature because they've been part of my community for a year or 2 years. Or so one that's been here for a while. I got to see him submit his first job application, interview for his first job, get his first job, work his first shift, and then he just got his first paycheck. And it's a minimum wage, like it was $150. It was, it's a life-changing amount of money. But I'm curious, do you remember how you were as a kid? What would you have done with that $150? Mine would have gone straight to food and Funko Pops.
What's this person's age roughly?
Like, I don't know, 15, 16, whatever
I
those.
was gonna say like 16 probably makes sense.
Yeah, most states in America you can start working at 15. Some are 14. Like when I live in Texas, you could start at 14 if it was a seasonal job.
Yeah. In Cali it's 16. So
To be fair,
it's like you have to get like signed off by your high school, and like you need to make sure that you can like the employer knows they're not impeding on too much of your school. And I'm like, I just want to get a job.
That is hilarious.
I know.
Yeah, no, I don't know what I'd do with that sort of money. I'd be delirious with it, especially at that age. Just wouldn't know what to do. I'd end up just buying all on sweets or just loads of food and not thinking about it.
Bad food. Anyway, Shark?
I think probably any game. I think when I was like 15, 16, like, I mean, you're like in school, and so you kind of get a job to kind of maybe fill in like that dull time that you're having with like games. But then now that you don't have all that extra time, like you're more enthralled with all those games. And I feel like then just getting whatever freaking game you want, like, like F1 comes out, I want to buy it. I want to get F1. Like for me, I was playing a lot of CS. Like I want to buy a fucking CS skin. Like I want to have some more fun playing CS.
I'd say it was only 3 years ago for you, isn't it?
That's right. Memory that you don't have to dig back that far for that shit. He's got his first paycheck in the room, man. Oh man, I was gonna say, like, I grew up without microtransactions. Thank God too, because I would have spent every dime I had on Warzone skins or whatever the fuck. You didn't have microtransactions when I was a kid.
Yeah, I grew up with all that. So
Grew up, are growing up. Your brain hadn't even developed yet, son.
we just moved the beat up tag around to me. Next is Funky. Actually, it started with Funky and his mustache.
It was hey, but I did that to see. I threw myself on that grenade so that I can move on and throw that grenade at other people. This is how you do it, people.
Mark's a child. It's okay.
How old are you, Mr. Devil?
I'm 27.
Oh, he's got me beat. He's elderly. Close to retirement.
Now it's come back to me. Brilliant.
That's why he can grow a better facial hair than I can, because he's got that.
Oh, but I can't. Nothing grows here at all. It's just nothing.
I actually did. So it's not bullshit. I started using that like derma roller thing that they advertise. I don't know if they advertise that in the UK, but like there's a beard kit you can buy that's a derma roller and some oil, and it did help it start to come up my cheek. Not far, but better. Like better than it used to be.
Yeah, there's definitely plenty of products out there. I just don't quite care enough, I think.
I think I've got both of you beat with being able to have area to grow. I don't grow it out though.
Yeah, but I don't live at home, so
Go buy a beer.
double team.
This was fucking WWE tag team shit.
Doing the Dragon Ball Z tink touch fingers. So I don't personally, like on my content creation, this is actually kind of a good conversation to have in the podcast. For my content creation, I do not do affiliate agreements. I think they're a cancer for small streamers.
Yeah. I think the one that's like taken over any facet of the internet for an affiliate, and I think you can all agree with me, Rogue Energy.
Oh yeah, I was a worse version of Rogue. I was an ambassador for Raise, which is even worse than that, and it was like 0.02% of every dollar after $50, but before 100. Like it was the wildest requirement ever, and like I bought the shit and it was terrible. I didn't even like it.
Sounds like the new Twitch Partner Plus program.
It was very wild. It was very
Oh,
wild.
God.
So I will say though, for like legitimate small streamers, the stream element sponsorship stuff is actually worthwhile. It looks like it's like a scam, but you can actually make some money if you get the 5 people to sign up for the game, whatever they're pushing. Right? If you, it's always like stream for 4 hours. 2 of that is playing this game, and then you have to get like 5 people to download the game using your code. If you can get the 5 people to do it, they will pay out. I mean, I've gotten a few $100 from a couple of the games. Are always not fun to play, but like it's a good way to make money for small streamers.
You can actually make worthwhile of streaming a little bit.
Yeah, I
bit.
mean, no one makes money. So like, there's actually a TikTok account that I follow that I really like that I will send you so you can link it. But she does like actual small streamer advice, not like make sure you make content elsewhere. Like it's actual, good stuff. And she goes through every month what she makes as a small streamer. And she's a pretty large streamer. She's got like 280 subs. And she only makes like $800 a month off Twitch. Everybody comes in thinking that Twitch is going to be the answer. She makes almost nothing on Twitch, but she uses that audience to get like 10, 12,000 in sponsorships. And that's how she makes her money.
That's business.
For me, it's easy because I don't stream for money. So I go in with that attitude and make it very clear that I'm not here for subs. I'm not here. It's nice having a community, but I'm just here to share my passion of F1 being my main game. And that for me is what I think helps enable me to make good content, is by not having to care about the money side of things as well.
That's very big of you. I'm a slut for money, though. I'm here for money. I'm a greedy capitalist pig.
Yeah, you watch all your stats and figures and stuff, though, don't you? Like,
I have to stop. I had to stop. Because and Shark kind of alluded this to earlier. It is, I think, watching numbers is actually a huge detriment to small streamers.
Yeah, see, I don't think I've ever looked at my email from Twitch after stream. See, oh, here's your stream summary. I don't think I've ever looked at it because I'm not. It sounds bad. I'm interested, but I'm not interested in the analytics. Like I know what's doing well midstream or whatever, and from how the community's showing what. But yeah, I can't talk. Completely mess me words up there.
Sound it out.
You got it. I've lost my train of thought.
If you need a bite, it's okay.
No, I've lost my train of thought.
I'm just amazed that I've managed to convince 2 different companies to sponsor me. Like that's what's really wild. And they're both great. They're both great experiences. The watch people I still talk to today, like we're not partners anymore, but I'm like, hey, if you ever wanted me to showcase new product, if you ever want to talk, like whatever, they're super cool. These neon people are super cool. I mean, this is a badass sign.
No, yeah, I think the
neon signs.
That is the coolest thing out of all of them. And like I said, I think it's a great driver number. Oh, it's a great driver.
Well, the funny thing is the other thing they sent me, I can't show yet because it's like a first of kind product. So it's like they sent it to me before it was even announced that it was a thing, which is super cool. It's not something I thought that would happen in my content career.
Please tell me it's a name or an image of T-Bone or something.
No, it's. Oh, they've announced it now. It's like an outline of a driver and like a cartoon kind of. So it's got like their helmet design, like their race suit and everything, but it's got like the LED like outline of it.
Was it those like cartoon designs that they did for like the kid broadcasts?
Kind of, not
those
quite
3D ones.
Yeah, kind of. It was something to that effect. I'll send a photo when it's working. Like I said, they had an issue on their end, so I have to wait for a replacement part, which I'm not hugely publicly saying because I'm not trying to like talk shit about them. But they were very happy and fast to send this out. Treeroy hates them. My mod and the Artemis mod Treeroy because he's like, it's like the price is a little bit of a sticker shock to him. So he's like, I'm gonna make that myself. I can do that. I know how to do LED lights. All right, buddy, go ahead, go crazy.
I'm curious why they are as expensive as they are. I know they're handmade, but I still can't quite. I could understand it back when it was the old original neon signs, but it's just LEDs now, isn't it? What do you know? What makes them?
I could not answer that. That's my answer to that. Is I could not answer that. I know mine's nice, but it was free.
I just work here.
Free stuff is nice.
I just don't. Well, I don't know. Like, I don't want to cast aspersions on the company that sent me free shit. So I'm assuming that there is, it's. I'm assuming that it's a labor intensive process. I'm assuming that they're a very small shop, so they have to cover a lot of like advertising costs and shit. I'm assuming there's a lot of incidentals that are wrapped up in the cost of it. Could not answer your question. Don't want to answer your question.
It'll give me
I
something
like
to have a little look at later. That's fine.
Attaboy. They also make tracks, which I think is like if I had a pick, I would pick the track, but they were like, we want to send you this, and I was like, okay, I'll question it. That's like a $500 sign, something like that, $400. I don't know. God,
See, I could
I'll
replace one of these like really old like fucking paintings with some of that. That'd be great.
I hope they never find this podcast.
I mean, I've been praising it the entire time. So if they want to come my way, I mean,
Hey, you get your own sponsors, all right? Get NordVPN's ass in here. Say something.
well, they did.
That's really all I got, boys. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Anything you want to talk about?
No, did any of you guys watch anything of the Daytona race?
No.
Ooh,
I heard
you
it
guys
was
should.
one of the best races this season, though.
I saw
It
the guy that
was-
died. He flipped.
Yeah. I forget what driver, but I think it was something Priest. I don't know. Some dude got it turned on the backstretch and spun, and then pretty much went for a barrel roll. Like the King from like fucking like Cars. Like he like did that.
I saw it because it was weird because he was sideways and then he actually like lifted up and backflipped bait. Like it wasn't the normal barrel that you think of. He lifted up and over.
Yeah, it was
Pretty
pretty
hefty
crazy.
crash. Jeez.
Yeah. So I would highly suggest going and checking it out. It was quite action packed, and Necro, who was on the last podcast, was there.
Florida boars. So one funny thing is I showed my wife some clip from IndyCar, and I never realized this until she pointed out, but like the IndyCar onboard cams compared to the F1 onboard cams are light years better. The IndyCar onboard cams are so much better, and everybody kind of talks shit that IndyCar is like the less successful, less technological F1. I can't speak for everything else. Those onboard cams,
I mean,
Beautiful.
I feel like America knows how to do entertainment quite well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I was expecting more of a fight.
No. You just got.
Well, I
to
mean,
turn
it's
on
not
the telly
directed at the
and
British, it's just-
99% of things are American, so.
not 99%. China has a good
I was
chunk.
just about to say, don't hold me on that mathematic fraction.
China has a good hold on things.
I'm tired.
And hungry. He's
Hey,
angry.
sweet baby. Hello.
It's
Talking to my
midnight.
dog, not anything else. That must have been confusing for y'all.
Yeah,
Well, if it wasn't for the tail.
What are you petting there?
I call my penis sweet baby.
Yeah, the angle is not doing you any favors.
It has a mustache as well. And on that note, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you prefer to just listen, you can find this on Spotify. If you prefer to watch, you can find this on YouTube. We will get back to the bi-weekly cadence of releases. If there's anyone you want to see again, please let us know in the comments, or any discussions or topics you want us to cover, let us know. Other than that, I'll give everybody a chance to do some self-promo. My name is T-Bone. I'm your host. I'm here every other week. I was about to say every week, but that's not true. And you can find me on Twitch or YouTube at Funky T-Bone, and Instagram, Funky T-Bone TV. Shark?
I don't do any more personal stuff anymore. My dedication's all to Artemis. So anything you find about Artemis is either artemisesports.com or at esportsartemis.
And you can find me over on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube, JD_DevilNoob. Nice and
Your TikToks are very good. I really enjoy the production quality you put in your TikToks, because you actually like edit them, and I don't do that.
Yeah, but I just don't, because I don't dedicate that time to do it. I don't regularly. I mean, I admire your dedication to a routine, and it's something I really struggle with.
Yeah, so super quick side note, before we got started, we were talking about routine, calendar, everything, and JD struggles with it. If you guys are struggling with routine, my live and die by my calendar, and then alarms. That's how I do it. So I actually had this podcast time booked out as Artemis Podcast, and like I have it repeat. That's the way I have to do things. Oh god, he's leaving. He's fed up. Are you wearing blue jeans in the house?
I mean, I do use a diary kind of thing.
I'm just getting over the fact that you're in blue jeans, like in the comfort of your own home.
Pardon?
I said I'm getting over the fact that you are wearing blue jeans in the comfort of your own home.
Yeah, we won't talk about that. I usually got joggers. I've
I
usually
mean,
got joggers
I'm
on, to be
wearing
fair.
like normally shorts or like like joggers.
It's not warm enough here for shorts. It's also
Here he goes
midnight.
complaining again.
Oh, right. Bye, guys.
Hey, look, back where we
I
started.
just let it go. All right, everybody have a wonderful evening, and as always, happy hunting. Bye, guys.